Hi friends, Tracy.bish here, Stepping Up Demonstrator in Australia. Welcome to the Monochromatic Instagram hop for this week. This week we are featuring Smoky Slate, which is so fun. I'm also bringing in the Playful Ghosts stamp set. This is an online exclusives available now in my online store and perfect for Halloween. There's also another set that's available in the online store if you are looking for Halloween sets. Okay, so I have my basic white thick card base as well as a piece of Smoky Slate cardstock, and I don't want it to cover up the complete card front, so I've cut it down to 3 3/4 by 5 7/8, and we're going to do a little bit of background stamping with this. I want to keep it really simple, a little bit spooky, and a little bit fun as well. So I'm just adding my static pouch. I'm not really sure what it's called. You can't buy them separately anymore, but you can get them in the heat embossing toolkit. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, you run that over there to make sure that any stray powders, once you add the powders to your cardstock, don't stick anywhere that you don't want them to. And it works really, really well. So I've added that down. I've stamped my clouds with the Versamark ink, and then we're using the white embossing powder to get some nice white clouds, which is a really nice vibrant background on the Smoky Slate. Also, we're going to come in with some Memento Tuxedo black ink, and we're going to stamp some of our little bats that and put them all the way around. And look at that, doesn't that look so stark and a little boring? I thought so. So we're going to bring in one of our blending brushes and add a little bit of extra colour around the cardstock to make it a little bit spooky and not so clean and, I don't know, stark. Now what's really great is, although the ink doesn't pick up where the heat embossing clouds are, around the clouds actually picks up the ink, and that sort of makes them stand out really quite nicely. If there is a little bit of ink sitting on this top of the heat embossing, all you need to do is just take a clean dry cloth and run over it, and it will take off any ink that you have. So I'm just sort of going all the way around and added some really nice colour to that card base. So in the Playful Ghost, there's also a little witch on a broomstick, or a ghost witch. So weird, isn't it? A ghost witch that's flying on a broomstick. So I'm going to stamp that onto basic white thick cardstock with Memento Tuxedo black ink, and we're going to colour those in with our stamping blends in Smoky Slate. So while I'm doing that, if you're enjoying this video, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up, if you shared the video. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do that as well. And I would love it if you left me a comment. To all my new lovely subscribers that have subscribed in the last couple of weeks, and there's been a few, I really do appreciate you clicking that subscribe and watching my videos. It will help me to get out to more people, and I'll be able to share a little bit of creativity with you. So thank you so much, everyone. Now, if you're in need of any of the supplies that I'm using on today's card, you can certainly purchase them in my online store if you live in Australia. And I would love to spoil you as a customer. Each month I have some really great specials or customer gifts that I give out to my customers. So the first one is actually for any orders, they'll receive the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle. For orders over $65, you'll receive the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle, as well as the monthly tutorial bundle, which usually has over 40 tutorials every single month. And if you spend over $100, you are also going to receive the card kit for the month. So I think, some really great gifts to give out to customers, and I would love to spoil you as a customer. So if that interests you, there is a link to my online store in the description of this video. So we're using both the Smoky Slate stamping blends as well as our colour lifter. And what I find with the colour lifter is, if you sort of go in with the lighter colour, so I've gone in with the Smoky Slate light just around the cape and under the hat, and then I've blended that colour out a little bit. What's really nice is you don't want it to be stark white. I sort of wanted it to blend in a little bit more, and that colour lifter, although it doesn't lift the colour, it really does move that colour around a little bit, which makes it look like it's not quite so stark white. And there are no dies with this set. This is a standalone stamp set called Playful Ghosts. So we're going to come in with our stamping snips and just quickly fussy cut around the ghost. So really, really easy to do. And my thought process was, let's create a moon and a spooky moon and have that witch flying around the moon. So we are going to bring out my Faithful Stylish Shape dies. You guys know, if you've been watching me for a little while, you guys know that these are my favourite dies. I love the nesting dies. We're using the third largest circle die. So there's squares, there's circles, and then there's banners in that set. I honestly think it is a must-have in your stamp room. So if you don't have that set, please go out and go out and purchase it. So I'm bringing my blending brush back in again, and we're going to go around with the Smoky Slate ink. It doesn't quite make it as dark as I really, really wanted it to, but it puts a nice little amount of Smoky Slate ink on. And then I'm going to come back in with the Memento and really darken up those edges to make it look really spooky and creepy, really, as well. And because doesn't that look like a moon in a creepy night? I think it does. This looks so good. And the stitched detail around it also looks really nice as well. As you can see, that Smoky Slate cardstock actually leaves a white border, and I really wanted to leave that on the left hand side. So, and let me just have a look. It's about 1/4 inch. So we're just going to adhere that down with some liquid glue, and we're going to pop up our little moon. I do look at, some of the baker's twine, and because they do come in different colours, and I decide against it because it just didn't really suit what I wanted. One thing I didn't add is I didn't add any embellishments at all on this card. You could certainly put a few little even rhinestones and make it like sparkly stars in the sky as well. Completely up to you. But I've added some dimensionals. I'm going to pop up that circle, a little moon there. And then I think it's sort of missing a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to come back in with the Sentiment Boo. Now in that set, there is Happy Halloween, Boo, and Trick or Treat. And I sort of think, I want to put Boo on there. Now, in hindsight, I would not have stamped that. I would have stamped that before adding dimensionals and popping it up. Didn't quite stamp completely well, but I can come in with my Stampin' Write marker in basic black and colour that in. And then I just go around it a little bit more with that sentiment, stamping it with Memento. And there we have it. Popped up that little ghost witch. And isn't that just adorable? Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, this is a Monochromatic Instagram hop over on Instagram. Go and check out what everyone else is creating with the colour Smoky Slate. And don't forget, leave a comment and hit subscribe. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.